Welcome to the last lecture of the Stat 100 Honors Project. Just to make sure you understand that although this is the last lecture, it is not the last assignment. So make sure you go back to U of I box after completing this assignment and checking what assignment 6 is, because it's a little bit different than everything else. So in this lecture or this video, we're going to go over how to choose random numbers, how to choose random items from categorical lists, and then also how to perform a chi-square test of independence. All right, so let's say we want R to find 5 random numbers between 2 and 8.5, and they don't have to be whole numbers. In fact, we don't want them to be whole numbers. This is what we would do. We would say x1, and just so you know, it can be x1, x2, x3, so we're just going to say x1 for simplicity's sake. Run if 5 numbers between 2 and 8.5. And then we press x1. There we go. There's our 5 random numbers. And let's say we want to do whole numbers now, and we want R to pick out 3 whole numbers between 1 and 10 with replacement. We would do x2, sample numbers 1 through 10, right? We want them to pick 3 numbers and then replace equals t. And when I say x2, oh, I'm sorry, replace, so t should be a capital. There we go. x2, 6, 3, 1. What if we want to do without replacement? So what we would do is x3, sample 1 through 10, 3 numbers, replace, equals, and then capital F. x3, enter, 9, 10, and 8. Perfect. So now what happens if we have a categorical list? So you can look at the text file in the U of I box folder, that's what it's called, and you'll see that I have a text file with a list of people's names. So let's say in this case that I have a class and I want to pick one person through a lottery system that's going to maybe get this extra bar of candy that I have, even though this would be very, very unethical. But that's okay. So what we would do is first we want to import this data, or rather this text file that has all the students' names in it. So bclass read.delem, and then I have this file saved on my desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and tell R that this file is on my desktop, and I named it class_names.txt. Okay, so now I want to attach class, and then let's go ahead and view class. And you see it appears right up here. So Mary, John, Allison, Gray, etc., etc., etc. All 14 students are there. So in order to find one name randomly, I would say sample. And then you see how all these names are under student.names? We want to go ahead and do that. So student.names, exactly how I put it in the text file. And then comma 1, because I only want one student. And Helena is the one that gets chosen. All right, so I want everyone to go ahead and look at their assignment sheet right now, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to go back to that. So what you're looking at is a table of male and female drivers, and the numbers that someone observed is how many males or females made a full stop, a rolling stop, or no stops at a stop sign. And so let's go ahead and calculate a chi-square test of independence on this data set. First, we're going to want to enter in this table into R. So what we're going to do is we're going to go row 1 equals, and then we're going to say C. And so let's go ahead and see row 1 is 6 and 6. 6 and 6. Row 2 equals C, and then see 16 and 15, right? This is for rolling stops. 16, 15, and then row 3 equals C, parentheses, and this is for no stop, 4 and 3. Okay, After that, we're going to want to put that all together into one table. So we're going to say data table equals R bind, and then bind together row 1, row 2, row 3. And when we look at this, data.table, there it is. See, 6, 6, 16, 15, 4, and 3. Now to perform the chi-square test of independence, all we needed to write is chi-sq dot test, and then put in parentheses data dot table. All right, there we go. So we have our chi-square value, our degrees of freedom, and our p-value. All right, so you're going to be doing, let's look at this. Something very similar to what I did with the class for your homework assignment. Also with the chi-square test, you're going to be doing that as well with the data set that I give you for homework. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or to come to office hours. Thanks, guys.